I've had some difficulties with getting this recorded because of its fragmentary nature, among other things, so yeah, sorry about that. Thor was on his way back from a journey in the east and came to a sound. On the other side of the sound was a ferryman with a boat. Thor called out, "Who is the fellow yonder, on the far shore of the sound?" The ferryman spake, "What kind of peasant is yon that calls o'er the bay?" Thor spoke, "Ferry me over the sound. I will feed thee therefore in the morning. A basket I have on my back, and food therein none better. At leisure I ate, ere the house I left. Of herrings and porridge, so plenty I had." The ferryman spake, "Of thy morning feats thou art proud, but the future thou knowest not wholly. Doleful thine homecoming is, thy mother, methinks, is dead." Thor spake, "Now hast thou said what to each must seem the mightiest grief, that my mother is dead." The ferryman spake, "3 good dwellings, methinks, thou hast not. Barefoot thou standest, and wearest a beggar's dress. Not even hose dost thou have." Thor spake, "Steer thou hither the boat. The landing here shall I show thee. But whose craft that thou keepest on the shore?" The ferryman spake, "Hildolf is he who bade me have it. A hero wise, his home at Rathsea Sound. He bade me no robbers to steer, nor stealers of steeds, but worthy men, and those whom well do I know. Say now thy name, if over the sound thou wilt fare." Thor spake, "My name I shall indeed tell, though in danger I am. And all my race I am Odin's son, Meli's brother and Magni's father, the strong one of the gods. With Thor now speech canst thou get, and now I would know what name thou hast." The ferryman spake, "Harbarth am I, and seldom I hide my name." Thor spake, "Why shouldest thou hide thy name, if a quarrel thou hast not?" Harbarth spake, "And yet I had a quarrel from such as thou art, yet none the less my life I would guard, unless I be doomed to die." Thor spake, "Great trouble, methinks, would it be to come to thee, to wade the waters across, and wet my middle. Weakling, well shall I pay thy mocking words, if across the sound I come." Harbarth spake, "Here shall I stand, and await thee here. Thou hast found, since Hrungnir died, no fiercer man." Thor spake, "Fain art thou to tell how with Hrungnir I fought, the haughty giant whose head of stone was made, and yet I felled him and stretched him before me. What, Harbarth, didst thou do the while?" Harbarth spake, 5 full winters with Fjolvar was I, and dwelt in the isle that Algrun called. There could we fight, and fell the slain, much could we seek, and maids could master." Thor spake, "How won ye success with your women?" Harbarth spake, "Lively women we had. If they wise for us were, wise were the women we had. If they kind for us were, for ropes of sand they would seek to wind, and the bottom to dig of the deepest dale. Wiser than all in council I was, and there I slept, by sisters 7, and a joy full great did I get from each. What, Thor, didst thou do the while?" Thiazi I felled, the giant fierce, and I hurled the eyes of Alvadi's son to the heavens hot above. Of my deeds the mightiest marks are these, that all men since can see. What, Harbarth, didst thou the while?" Harbarth spoke, "Much lovecraft I brought, with them who ride by night, when I stole them by stealth from their husbands. A giant had was Hlabarth, methinks. His wand he gave me as a gift, and I stole his wits away. Thor spake, Thou didst repay good gifts with evil mind. Harbarth spake, The oak must have what it shaves from another. In such things each for himself. What Thor didst thou the while? Thor spake, Eastward I fared. Of the giants I felled their ill-working women, who went to the mountain, and large were the giants' throng. If all were alive, no men would there be in Midgard more. What, Harbarth, didst thou do the while? Harbarth spake, In Valand I was, and wars I raised, princes I angered, and peace brought never. The noble who fall in the fight hath Odin, and Thor hath the race of the thralls. Thor spake, Unequal gifts of men wouldst thou give to the gods, if might too much thou shouldst have. Harbarth spake, Thor has might enough, but never a hat. For cowardly fear and a glove wast thou fain to crawl, and there forgot thou wast Thor. Afraid there thou wast. Thy fear was such to fat or sneeze, lest Fjalar should hear. Thor spake, Thou womanish Harbarth, to hell I would smite thee straight, could mine arm reach over the sound. Harbarth spake, Wherefore reach over the sound, since strife we have none? What, Thor, didst thou do then? Thor spake, Eastward I was, and the river I guarded well. Where the sons of Svarang sought me there, stones did they hurl. Small joy did they have of winning. Before me there, to ask for peace, did they fare. What, Harbarth, didst thou the while?